Spring arrived on Pot Liquor Hill the way it always does. Quietly at first, like it's not sure it's welcome. Then all at once, with the azaleas bursting out in colors loud enough to wake the dead folks, started leaving their windows open at night, letting in the cool air and the sound of wick-poor wills who never seemed to tire of their own opinions. And right in the middle of this gentle unfolding, Mr. Garner's mule, Bessie, decided she'd had enough of winter confinement and staged an escape worthy of a prison movie. Now, Bessie is not what you'd call a graceful animal. She's built like a sofa with legs, and she moves with the slow determination of someone who has never once questioned her own judgment. But she's clever in that stubborn, mule logic way that doesn't always align with human expectations. Mr. Garner had been bragging for weeks that he'd finally outsmarted that mule by reinforcing her pen with new boards. Folks nodded politely, knowing full well that no man born of woman has ever truly outsmarted a mule. Just after sunrise last Tuesday, Bessie proved the point. She nudged one of those new boards loose. Some say she used her teeth, others say she used her hips. And old man Tuttle swears she used pure mule telekinesis. And out she went, trotting down the hill with her ears pointed forward like she had an appointment. Her first stop was Miss Lurleen Pritchard's tomato patch. Miss Lurleen, who treats her tomatoes with the same reverence some folks reserve for the Holy Trinity, had just planted her seedlings the day before Bessie didn't eat them. No, that would have been too simple. She rearranged them. She walked through the rows with the deliberation of a woman choosing new curtains, nudging a plant here, stomping a plant there, and leaving the whole patch looking like it had been through a revival meeting and come out speaking in tongues. Miss Lurleen ran outside in her housecoat, waving a dish towel and shouting, "Shoo! Shoo!" Bessie looked at her with the calm indifference of a creature who has never once been shooed successfully. From there, Bessie wandered into old man Tuttle's yard. Tuttle was on his porch swing, sipping his morning coffee and contemplating the mysteries of life, which for him usually means wondering why the squirrels seem to prefer his pecans over everyone else's. He watched Bessie approach with the resigned acceptance of a man who has lived long enough to know that some mornings simply arrive pre-ruined. Bessie paused under his wind chimes, those delicate little metal tubes he bought at a craft fair in Savannah, and listened, really listened. She tilted her head, ears twitching, as if the universe had finally spoken her name. Then she reached up, bit one of the chimes clean off the string, and trotted away jingling like a Salvation Army kettle. By the time Sheriff Rawlins arrived, 30 minutes late and chewing a biscuit, Bessie had made a full tour of the hill. She'd inspected the Methodist parsonage, stared through the window at Brother Hank's until he dropped his coffee, and left hoof prints across the McElroy twins' trampoline, which now has a permanent tilt. Sheriff Rawlins stepped out of his cruiser, brushed crumbs off his shirt, and said, "Well, she's definitely loose." This was not news, but the sheriff has a gift for stating the obvious in a way that makes it sound like official law enforcement insight. Mr. Garner finally caught up, red-faced and panting, carrying a feed bucket he shook like a tambourine. Bessie stopped mid-stride, ears perked, and turned around with the expression of someone who has just remembered she left the stove on. She trotted back to him, wind chimes still dangling from her mouth like a trophy. Later that evening, after the hill had settled down and the sun dipped behind the pines, old man Tuttle sat on his porch swing, now slightly off balance from Bessie's earlier visit, and summed up the day in that slow, thoughtful way of his. "Sometimes," he said, "you just need one good day where you run wild, break a few patterns, and remind folks you're still alive, even if you leave a little mess behind. And that, dear readers, is the news from Pot Liquor Hill, where the gardens are hopeful, the mules are restless, and the people, God bless them, are doing their best to stay upright in a world that keeps shifting under their feet.